Good morning, world history students. Happy Monday. Today is October 17th, 2022. I'm at the dentist right now getting a mouth guard made so I don't grind my teeth while I'm sleeping. Today, our plan of the day is to complete our warm-up. It's week 10. 6.1 guided reading is due tonight at 11:59 p.m. That's over Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism, and we read that together on Friday. 6.2 is due tomorrow. 6.3 is due Wednesday the 19th. Also this week, tomorrow the 18th is the Red Cross blood drive for extra credit. And on Wednesday the 19th is our binder check number 1. And the 19th is also our deadline for first quarter late work. I will no longer accept first quarter late work after October 19th. Your warm-up today is found in pages 134 to 137. You're going to define the words step, regime, and censorate. You'll answer question number 4, who is the ruler of the Qin dynasty? Spelled with a Q, pronounced with a CH sound. Number 5, how many terracotta soldiers was the emperor buried with?
Chapter 6, The First Chinese Empires, 221 BC to AD 220. Essential questions. How can differing philosophies influence a culture? What factors can help a dynasty stay in power? The story matters. The Chinese Empire was first unified by Qin Shi Huangdi, who connected his provinces through a system of roads, a strong central government, and a common currency. Qin policies were influenced by legalism, which held that society requires strict laws in order to function. An alternative way of thought, Confucianism, held that people are basically good and only need compassionate rulers to guide them along the right path. The Han Dynasty, which emerged after the collapse of the Qin, continued many of the Qin policies, but adhered more to the teachings of Confucius than to legalism.
And now we'll open up to page 134 in our book. Chapter 6, Lesson 2, the Qin Dynasty. From approximately 400 BC to 221 BC, China experienced a bloody civil war. Powerful states fought one another and ignored the authority of the Zhou kings. One state, that of Qin, gradually defeated its chief rivals. In 221 BC, the Qin ruler declared the creation of a new dynasty, Qin Shi Huangdi. The ruler of the Qin dynasty was Qin Shi Huangdi, meaning the first Qin emperor. An ambitious person, he came to the throne in 246 BC at the age of 13. In 221 BC, he defeated the last of his rivals and founded a new dynasty, with himself as emperor. The famous Chinese historian Sima Qian described Qin Shi Huangdi as having the chest of a bird of prey, the voice of a jackal, and the heart of a tiger. Those were the qualities Qin Shi Huangdi used to unite China. He created a single monetary system and ordered the building of a system of roads throughout the entire empire. Many of these roads led out from his capital city of Xianyang, just north of modern-day Xi'an. He reduced the powers of the landed aristocrats by dividing their estates among the peasants, who were now taxed directly by the state. In doing so, he eliminated possible rivals and gained tax revenues for the central government. Qin Shi Huangdi was equally aggressive in foreign affairs. His armies advanced to the south, extending to the border of China to the edge of the Yuan River, or Red River, in modern-day Vietnam. To supply his armies, he had dug a canal from Changjiang in central China to what is now the modern city of Guangzhou. The Emperor's Army. Surprisingly, the emperor left a remarkable artistic legacy too, another sign of a classical civilization. In 1974, farmers digging a well about 35 miles east of Xi'an discovered an underground pit near the burial mound of the first Qin emperor. The pit contained a vast army made out of terracotta or hardened clay. These Chinese archaeologists believe that it was a recreation of Qin Shi Huangdi's imperial guard, meant to be with the emperor on his journey to the next world. Archaeologists estimate that there are more than 6,000 figures in the first pit alone, along with horses, wooden chariots, and 7,000 bronze weapons. The figures are slightly larger than life size. They were molded, fired, and painted in brilliant colors, and then dressed in uniforms. To achieve individuality in the faces of the soldiers, 10 different head shapes were used, which were finished by hand. The project must have been enormously expensive. It has been estimated that 1/3 of the national income may have been spent on preparations for the ruler's afterlife. Besides preparing for the next world, the Qin emperor was also busy keeping out invaders. We'll now head back to our warm-up. Term number 1, steppe, a large, flat, grassy plain devoid of trees save those near bodies of water. The Asian steppes are equivalent to the North American Great Plains. Number 2, regime, the government in power. Number 3, censorate, part of the Chinese bureaucracy that made sure government officials were doing their jobs. Number 4, who was the ruler of the Qin dynasty? The first Qin emperor was named Emperor Qin Shi Huangdi. And number 5, how many terracotta soldiers was that emperor Qin Shi Huangdi buried with? He was buried with at least 6,000 soldiers, made out of hardened clay, but with real bronze weapons and armor. That concludes our warm-up for today. You have the rest of your time in class today to complete 6.1 and get that submitted. When you're done with that, work on 6.2 and then 6.3. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow on Tuesday.